Field will reassemble, double back up 2 by 2. Get ready to send them green for the final initial start. Tom Deary getting his hair fixed up there. He's gonna send them off in green. We gotta make sure he's prim and proper, ready to go. He'll give them the 1 to go signal when they come to him. Oh, with a little TP flare. Tom Deary gonna send them with a 1 to go. Take a big deep breath because everything is starting to flood. Deary ready to roll in. We're racing at Rockford for the final time. Houseward will lead him down the back straightaway. He'll bring Guiley in the up row with him. Top line going to start to move as Deering dropping back a little bit. Oh, Deering and Guiley touch in front of the field. Around goes Guiley and Bernhagen into Deering. Chaos ensues on lap number 1, and we've got a whole parking lot assembled over there in turns 1 and 2. Well, we said it wasn't going to be a whole lot of give and take earlier in the afternoon. We saw a lot of give and take up until this point, and there was not a whole lot of give right there.
No, these guys are all hungry. They want this. You can definitely tell Josh Thiering and Jake Guiley going into turns 1 and 2 immediately right off the bat making contact. These guys want to get the last win here at the Rockford Speedway for the last lap finale. You saw it immediately there. You've got quite a bit of cars tore up there as Jesse Bernhagen made contact with Josh Thiering. Thiering's car is pretty tore up. This time by Cody Houseward, a former Sportsman champion. Returning to his roots here at the Rockford Speedway in the late models. And Josh Thiering returns to the race service. The pace truck going to dive into the infield. As Cody Houseward is going to lead the field. They're going to pick up speed. Here they come, Green flag. And Willie Nelson side by side with your 7-time champion, Bobby Wilbur. Wilbur going to run up the hill a little bit. And he's going to pass him. Here comes Austin Nason. Looking for a little redemption from the Big 8 race a couple weeks ago at Short Track, making contact with Willie Nelson on the pass. Here comes Bobby Wilbur for the lead. Trying to go low, and Houseward getting a little bit of a shove. And Bobby Wilbur to the inside of Cody Houseward. Contact for the lead. New leader, the 7-time champion of Bobby Wilbur, your new leader. Austin Nason going to try to go with him. Willie Nelson fell off a little bit, sticking with the leaders. As here comes Austin Nason to challenge Cody Houseward now for second place. A little bit of a contact. Trying to get the inside of Houseward. Here comes Nason on the inside of Houseward. Going to try to make a pass, and it does. Fast cars are getting up to the front real quick. Here comes Willie Nelson on the inside of Cody Houseward now. This Houseward's got nowhere to go. Fast cars trying to get past them. Some contact between the two. Mad Max Taylor and the Catbird team. Contact in the back of Nelson. Nelson sideways. Goes around. Yellow. They come out.
And you called that one right on the button. We're going to get a chance to watch the replay, but I think Kaler had a little bit of help in sending Nelson around on that one. Tight racing up front. Wilbur using that old Rockford line to get the lead. He muscled him up out of the groove over there.
One to go this time by.
And that car, that 02 car, finished 3rd in the Spring Classic here with Alex Papini behind him. So, even though it's had a couple of different drivers behind it, that old Ricky Rocket machine still knows how to get its way around the Rockford Speedway. Houseward ahead in the Delaware restart. Reynolds trying to creep a little bit forward up to the door. Sankey says we're good, and Houseward gets away clean. Vaughn got a wheel sideways over there in 3 and 4, and we're going to have the yellow out right away. William Balmas, he has a flat left front and a flat left rear. I think both sides went flat on him. We're going to see when he turns the corner here. He definitely has the left rear down. That thing is shredded. Oh, yeah. Left side's totally. That is an anomaly. I would say that's the first time I've ever seen that happen.
Yeah, very unusual. You saw on the restart there, he was slowing up there, and then like something just exploded on the tire in the backstretch there. So very unusual. I don't think I've ever seen that out here.
Too much tire soak, I'd say.
Yeah, too much tire soak. So during that caution there, you saw the 98 car of Bobby Wilberg head into the pit area, maybe just trying to get something fixed on that. They may have not liked that restart. So they're going to try it again here. No laps were completed, so it's a brand new restart again. As we have 14 laps completed of these 76. The Speedway crew, maybe the Rockford Speedway safety crew, going to look for some debris.
Got the 64 machine of Almas making his way back up onto the speedway. They had an extra set of lefts in the trailer. It's all good. Still no movement from the 98 of Wilberg, though, and we're getting ready to go back to green this next time by. Tough break for your 7-time track champion. Houseward rolling through 3 and 4. We're racing. He'll get away clean as Smith will take the... Oh, Houseward got all sideways off a 2, and then Smith run right into the back of him. Schneider about wadded himself up, just trying to get by the chaos going down the back straightaway, and man, oh man. No, Houseward got loose off a 2, and as he was trying to gather it up, DJ Smith was full song coming off the corner and just ran right into the back of him. I'm not going to blame DJ on that one. There's a guy on the other end of a headset that should have told him the 21 was slow in front of it.
Nason, a good shot where they were battling for that lead. And that may be the end of his last lap finale at the Rockford Speedway as Dave Sankey, the flag man, gonna give him field 1 to go. Crazy to see the old Ricky Bilderback machine on the pole. Nick Schneider, the wild child. He's got a handful of hungry drivers behind him. As they're gonna pick up speed, here they come, Green flag. On that restart, Schneider got a really good jump. Jake Guiley was trying to reel right with him. Steve Vaughn starting to get swallowed up there by the rest of the field. The steering wheel in front of him, and Matthew Cloucy on the inside of Steve Vaughn now for 5th. Here comes Jake Guiley now on the back bumper of Nick Schneider. Your 2022 track champion trying on the inside of Nick Schneider. Jake Guiley going to try to give him a little bit of a push. Fast cars are working their way to the front. And Rich Schindling way up high in the exit of 2. Field full, he's right by him, they swallow him up. As here comes Jake Guiley, a little bit back over Nick Schneider. He's going to try to the inside of Nick Schneider.
Guiley to the inside. They'll even up in 3 and 4, wheel to wheel this time. Give the lead to Jake the Snake by a nose. He'll wrestle that lead away and bring the veteran Mike Beyer with him. Beyer and Schneider make a little bit of contact, and they settle back in your front 4 single file. Kaler now trying to work his way back up into the top 5. Max Kaler up into the top 5, and he's bringing your track champ with him. Driver X and Clossy getting together. X still trying to get him underneath him, and Clossy went after him. Oh my! Man, oh man. Wilberg's was a little bit more subtle than that one. That one was pretty obvious. Wow. Apparently, Matthew Clossy didn't like that move that was put on him. And it may not be done yet. He's still expressing displeasure with the X. Wow. Here we go. Sending the 16 to the back. And let's see, we got a replay on the Midwest Tour.
The flagman gives the field 1 to go. Your 2022 track champion, Jake the Snake Guiley, your leader. As the pace truck going to dive into the infield, you've got Jake Guiley, Mike Byer, and Nick Schneider. That's your front row. And they're going to pick up speed, going to turns 3 and 4. Here they come, they come. Green flag. Mike Byer going to work quickly on Nick Schneider for second. He runs up a little high there. As here comes Max Kaler. Now he saw everything to seize third, as well as Nason. Battle for fifth now between Josh Thiering and Nick Schneider. Thiering on the inside of Schneider. Here comes DJ Smith with him. Battle now for second between Mad Max Kaler and Mike Byer, as Kaler's going to try on the inside now of Mike Byer. Byer holding high on the outside. Max Kaler going to try the bump and run again. He's going to slide my side, going in turns 3 and 4. Max Kaler going to try again, going into 1 and 2. Nice clean pass. And he gets him. Here comes Austin Nason following suit. Looking for a little redemption from short track. Austin Nason trying to catch Max Kaler for second. Here comes Austin Nason on the back bumper on Max Kaler. Austin Nason going to try again, going into turns 1 and 2. Is Jake Guiley off to a nice, comfortable lead. Max Kaler getting a lot of pressure from the inside of Austin Nason. Nason going to try it again. All over the back bumper of Mad Max Kaler. Lap traffic of Dan Moffitt going down another lap. As Kaler and Nason catching your leader of Jake Guiley. Here comes Austin Nason on the inside of Kaler's not going to get it. They're slowly catching your leader, Jake Guiley, about 4 or 5 car lengths back now. Is Austin Nason on the inside of Max Kaler for second. Nason going to try it again, going in turns 3 and 4 down the backstretch. Going to dive right behind Kaler again.
And Nason with a little bit of front end damage as he starts to beat on the back bumper of Kaler. Top 3 have broken away from this one. You heard Austin Nason talk about how they fixed the valve cover gasket. A simple $2 part is what knocked him out of the National Short Track Championship before they ever got to take the green. Car's been on jack stands the last couple of weeks waiting for this opportunity, and he rolls right up to the back bumper of Kaler to third. It's a trio of Rockford regulars that lead it. Guiley out in front with Kaler and Nason, your top 3. Guiley holds about a 4 car length advantage over Kaler and Nason. Nason's still working on the back bumper of the second generation youngster. They have spent some time on the ASA Midwest Tour together this year. Austin getting ready to head to Nashville next week. They work back past the back half of the field here, putting Coleman a lap down. They work coming to Clossy, will be the next car to go a lap down. Driver X starting to make his way back forward through this field, and around goes Housework. He's gonna be in the wet stuff, and the caution will fly. Well, he was racing right there with DJ Smith and John Reynolds Jr. trying to work his way back towards the top 5. Houseford had spent a good portion of the first 20 laps up in the top 3. Now he's Jake Guiley out in front, controls the restart. Kaler and Nason doubled up behind him. Thiering has made his way back up into the top 5. He'll restart on the inside of row number 2. Kaler trying to force Guiley out a little early. Guiley going to get the start he wants, and the top 3 glued together as they work off into 1. Kaler able to get a right fender on him, and he's going to get up to the door of Guiley this time in 3 and 4. Added another 0 to that. He's now the 130 machine. Kaler up to the door. Nason tucked in, nice and tight. Top 3 going at it. Kaler and Guiley touch a little bit over in 3 and 4. Max Kaler will muscle the lead away from Jake Guiley over in turns 1 and 2, and he's going to bring Austin Nason with him. Nason through to second. John Reynolds Jr. right there with these guys, trying to work on Thiering to go to the 4th position. Don't put the banjo down yet, but here comes Willie Nelson too.
Willie Nelson was slowly catching Driver X for 5th. As the top 5 cars, looks like, top 6 are starting to pull away for the rest of the field. As Max Kaler, your leader, is Austin Nason trying to track down Kaler, but he's got a fast piece today. Driver X going to try on the inside of Josh Thiering for 4th. Thiering started in the front row. Beginning of this race, had to work his way back. Is Driver X going to work him on the inside? He's going to take 4th from Thiering. Thiering, is he going to give a bump? And he shows us his pleasure there with a little bit of a contact. Max Kaler working through some lap traffic again as here comes Austin Nason. Don't count your chickens yet as Nason's going to try it. He's slowly catching your leader. Nason had to work around Guiley to get that 2nd spot. As here comes Wild Willie Nelson for that 5th spot. Nelson going to try it again on the bumper of Thiering for 5th. Nelson put a little bit of pressure on the inside of Josh Thiering. Dan Moffitt, the lap car, may play a factor. And Austin Nason's about a car and a half behind your leader, Max Kaler. 46 laps complete for Max Kaler. Austin Nason almost to the back bumper now of Max Kaler. About not even a half a car length back now. Nason trying to get to the inside of Kaler. Almost got to the quarter panel on him. Lap cars of Coleman and Wild Bill Ballas now in the way of your leaders.
Austin Nason hand out the window when he came by Sankey that time, almost asking, make him pick a lane. He's going to, if Max doesn't do it, Austin will do it for him. Max protecting the middle. He's the leader, and Nason has not been alongside him yet. Max does not have to give him room to race. Austin has got to earn that spot. He's got to get up in there. Max doing everything he can to protect the lead. Nason's starting to get a little antsy, though. He's had his hand out the window more than once when he's come by the line here. He'll give the shot to Kaler. Hand out the window again. He's begging Sankey to give him the move over flag. Tell him to pick a lane. Kaler, the leader, has got real estate from the wall to the grass, though. The place may have been sold for development, but Max Kaler says, you want the lead, you're going to have to dig this sucker out of my bare hands. Nason up on the back bumper again, going to get him sideways. Two young bucks that grew up within shouting distance of the Speedway going at it here at the front of this one. Nason being patient, but he's using the horn to try to wrestle Kaler out of the line. He'll touch him over at 3 and 4 again, get him all kinds of sideways. Kaler able to hang on to it. Side by side to the lead now. Kaler gonna try to pin him down. Nason, the Rockford line will run him up over in 1 and 2. Expect the return shot. Here comes Kaler. Had to settle back in. We got 20 laps to go at Rockford Speedway, and we have got a barn burner. Nason out in front of Kaler by an inch or two. They enter into heavy lap traffic. Nason with his hands full as they work through traffic. He can't breathe just yet because Kaler is right there. They get a little bit of reprieve as Nielsen bows out, lets him go at it. The harder these two start to work on each other, opens the door for driver X. John Reynolds Jr. now starting to work on Guiley for third, all on the same straightaway. Kaler and Nason with 16 to go. Reynolds up to third around Guiley. He may be in the catbird seat.
Kaler's going to try it again. Lap traffic getting heavier by the laps, winding down. 62 laps complete, 16 to go. Or excuse me, 14 to go. Max Kaler going to try it again. Laps are winding down for Austin Nason, your leader. And contact here in the back of the field. You got Nick Schneider and DJ Smith side by side. Here comes Mad Max Kaler trying to turn on the jets here in the last few laps of the race. Here comes Austin Nason to hold the position, but Kaler's going to give him a shot. The same song and dance the last 6 laps or so. Kaler trying to get that lead away from Nason, doing everything he can to get past him. And DJ Smith and Nick Schneider both going down a lap here. 10 laps to go for Austin Nason as Max Kaler now all over the back bumper of Austin Nason for the lead. Max Kaler going to try it again from the inside of Austin Nason. Nason hold position, a little shot there from Kaler. Going into turns 1 and 2, Kaler might try it again. 8 laps to go for Austin Nason, side by side down the backstretch for the lead. Kaler gives a little bit of a shot side by side for the lead. 7 laps to go for Max Kaler now. Here comes Austin Nason again to return the favor. Lap traffic may play a factor. Contact. Look out sideways. Oh, Kaler hits the wall. And yellow flag comes out. As Austin Nason and Max Kaler, they were battling for about 12 laps. Kaler gave Nason a little bit of a shot going in turns 3 and 4. Took the lead away from Nason, and Nason was trying to pass the kid, Kaler, and just gave him a little bit extra something. As Austin Nason will be sent to the rear again for the involvement in that caution. Max Kaler, a lot of damage to the rear end of that machine. He went up almost into the wall up there. Reminiscent of the Kyle Shearick we had a couple years ago at National Short Track Championships when he took that car up for a ride on the billboards over there, involved in the incident. So 1 to go this time by for Driver X, your 2023 track champion. You've got the 2022 track champion of Jay Guiley, and you've got one of the young guns, a Wild Willie Nelson. Not the country singer, the race car driver. Also up there is Kevin Memley returns after a couple laps down as they're going to pick up speed. Here they come, they come. Green flag. Jay Guiley sideways on the start. As Nelson's going to try to challenge Guiley for second as well. Willie Nelson a little high on the exit of 2. Jake Guiley's going to try to go right in front of Nelson as Nelson's going to try to catch him this second. Battle for fourth between Kaler and Thiering as Nason watching in the window spot. Good battle for fourth between Max Kaler, Austin Nason, and Josh Thiering, as they had a lot of history earlier in this race. Kaler trying to get in front of Austin Nason. 5 laps to go for your track champion of John Reynolds Jr. Battle for fifth. Nason trying to get to the inside of Kaler. Kaler can't pick a line out here. Austin Nason, we may have a rendition of World War III out again between the two drivers battling for fifth. As Jake Guiley trying to chase down your leader of John Reynolds Jr. 2 laps to go for driver X, John Reynolds Jr. Here comes Willie Nelson to try to take second place away from Jake Guiley. White flag this time by Rockford Speedway for John Reynolds Jr. And Susan Deary will give the final checkered flag here as Jake Wakeman goes around. Checkered flag, it's gonna be John Reynolds Jr. Jake Guiley will finish second. Willie Nelson will finish third. Josh Thiering fourth, and Max Kaler rounds out your top 5. And I'm gonna hand it down to Matt, who's gonna be interviewing your winner.
Ladies and gentlemen, he's your 2023 track champion. Your final Rockford Speedway track champion, and he gets the honor of holding the final checkered flag here at Rockford Speedway. Climbing up out of the machine, the Stanley Steamer, Colin Metal Fab number 10, out of Rockford, Illinois.
Hour 1.
Taking a second. Out of the car, how about it for driver X, John Reynolds Jr.! John, getting a hug from little man. Congratulations, man. Can you express to us at all what this means?
Just want to thank all the racers that I raced with here at Rockford Speedway. A bunch of them are just Class X, Guiley's, all 3 of them. DJ Smith, Willie Nelson, and Austin Nason ran hard all year long. Mikey's not here. Wish he was. I love this place. It's been my playground my whole life. I know I'm not supposed to do burnouts. The old man's mad, but Jimmy Myers and Jammer, they build a good enough engine that I can do it once in my life here at Rockford Speedway. They deserve to get this piece back, and they'll make it even better for next year.
Make it better for next year. Going out on top, John Reynolds Jr., your final winner here. I know you said you weren't thinking about it until we got here. Were you thinking about it those last couple laps?
No, I mean, I was just counting laps down, just doing my job and watching this track go by me. I focused on every part of the blacktop. just hit my marks, and you just had to do your job today. You brought a great race car. We were first in practice. We missed qualifying by just a little bit, and we showed it in a race that we could pass, and we went forward.
Yeah, he went back to the front a couple different times. Emotion starting to let loose here. One more time for Driver X, John Reynolds Jr. We do have music and fireworks coming up, race fans, so please stick around. Music and fireworks coming up. We'll let your winner get some celebrations in with family and friends. Runner-up here tonight, a lifetime full of memories, Jake. Guide us through those last couple laps.
Man, it's emotional. I drove it as hard as I could for the last 7 laps. I knew it was probably gonna be the last ones I get here, and we were a little bit off, a little bit loose, but we came from the back. We had to go to the last on lap 1, so we had a decent car. I just ran out of right rear tire, but drove my ass off, and I'm okay with how this ended. I'm glad one of us got it, one of the guys from here. So it's a good night, and we're gonna party.
We're going to party indeed. We'll see Jake on the Big 8 Tour coming up in 2024 and beyond. Runner-up here this evening. How about it for Jake Guiley? Finished third here this evening. He had himself a really good year. Got a couple of quick times. A nice podium finish on the last lap here. Willie Nelson in the 25. Willie, guide us through your evening and what you're feeling right now.
Well, I was just trying to survive, and I'm so thankful I finished in the top 3. Podium finish to end tonight. At Rockford Speedway is just unbelievable. This has just been a great year overall, and I just got to thank everybody that helped me out to get here.
Willie Nelson, a strong third-place effort from your 25 machine here this evening. How about it for all of your competitors in the pit area this weekend? Your top 3 again, Willie Nelson, Jake Guiley, and your winner, Driver X, John Reynolds Jr. Fireworks